I am standing at the entrance of the carnival. Where are you? You are here already? I am waiting by the haunted house. They have renovated it and made it more exciting. Rue, I swear to God, you are not going to make me do this. Don't worry, I was just waiting for you here. I would like to try it out, though. Go for it, but without me. Boring. Anyways, do you want something to eat? I'm not really hungry. What stalls are here? Hot dog, cotton candy, nachos, and fries. Nice. I will munch on them later. Now come fast. I knew she had something in her mind. If not, she could have waited somewhere else. I walked to the haunted house, but kept my distance. Let's go to the rides. We need to hurry if we don't want to get caught in a long waiting line. Rue tried to act subtle by holding my arms and dragging me closer to the haunted house's entrance. Why don't we try this first? She said. Never! I freed myself from her clutches and ran away. I could hear Rue laughing. When I looked back, she was chasing me. Okay, stop. I promise I won't take you to the haunted house, she said, still laughing and holding her stomach. I stopped in my tracks. It was not because of what she said, but rather because I saw a familiar face in the crowd. Is that Sarah? Rue had reached me and was staring in the same direction as me. Yeah, I replied. You should probably go talk to your sister. In the meanwhile, I will go find something to eat, she said as she walked away. I kept walking towards my twin sister until her gaze fell on me. She smiled and ran towards me. So good to see you. I missed you so much, she said as she hugged me. We talked a few days ago. Still not good enough for me, she said, almost tearing up. I don't know if it was a twin energy or something else, but I feel extremely lonely without you. I do too. How long are you going to stay here this time? I asked. Dad has a client meeting. I think I will be here for another 3 days. That's too short, but I hope we will make the best out of it. Have you asked Dad to let you stay with us for a few months? I did, but he has not given me an answer yet. He seems to shrug the question off whenever I bring it up. Mom does the same, but she misses you a lot too. We will never understand these adults, she said, shaking her head in disappointment. Let's forget about it and try the rides here, I said. We are going to ride the Ferris wheel. Meet us there. Wait, I still need to finish this hot dog. When Rue was done, she joined us and we sat on the ride together. We enjoyed the rest of the evening by having fun and eating a variety of snacks at the stalls. Rue and Sarah mocked me because of my fear of haunted houses, and they never missed a chance to scare me at different rides. Later that night, Dad and I were watching a movie called The Parent Trap. The actress did a good job of portraying as twin sisters who were separated because of their parents' divorce. The plot was similar to our situation, but I almost scoffed at the switching places idea. This was surely not possible in real life, as we would get caught immediately. It was too good to be true. But I felt my heart ache when I saw that the parents had reunited. Was that possible in our situation if we tried? I looked over to see Dad dozing off. I wondered during which part he fell asleep. As the credits roll, an idea strikes my mind. Are you awake? Yeah, why? Have you seen the movie The Parent Trap? I have, but it's so ridiculous. What if it isn't? What do you mean? Shouldn't we at least try to reunite our parents? What if they still feel something for each other, but are unwilling to confess? That movie must have seriously affected you. It is just a fictional story, Sarah. You can't really expect for things to end up the same way as the movie. Don't you at least wish that someday we could all live together? Of course I do, but that does not mean we can switch places and get them together. We won't switch places, but we can ask them to take us to an event where they will come across each other. There, we will split up and talk to them about our feelings. This won't work. If things go haywire, we might seriously anger them. Trust me, it will have an effect. Convince Mom to bring you to this place tomorrow." I forwarded her the location. It took a lot of effort, but I managed to convince my sister to be a part of this plan. The next day, I was doing the dishes when Emma came and asked me to take her to an event. She said it was an important event, and her favorite author would be there as well. I agreed, as it was my day off. We got ready and headed towards the destination. We jammed together on the songs that played through the radio, and reached the location shortly. I told Emma to head inside whilst I looked for a parking spot. As I found one, I headed towards it, until I saw another car coming to the same spot. The driver was my ex-husband, Jacob. He reversed and signaled me to park in the spot. After parking, I walked to the entrance and seen him approaching me.
"How have you and Emma been?"
he asked. "Good. What about you and Sarah?"
"We are fine too. Are you here for the book signing event?"
I nodded and told him it was Emma's favorite author's event. He replied that Sarah followed the author as well and wanted to come here. I was nervous, but at the same time excited to meet my daughter. Ever since we separated, we each took custody of our daughters. Emma stayed with me, while Jacob got the custody of Sarah. We head inside and see our daughters laughing together. I was skeptical of the plan being successful, but somewhere in my heart, I hoped it worked. Sarah was eagerly waiting for us by the entrance. When she saw me, she grabbed my hand and brought me to the window. Soon we saw our parents meet, and they had a conversation with each other. "Step 1 is complete," Sarah said. "Now they will realize that they are better together after we remind them of their memories." "You should probably stop watching those Hallmark movies. They are making your suggestions too cringeworthy," I said, getting goosebumps from what she said. "Whatever." She smiled as she saw our parents heading inside. "I won't stop, as they make me more creative. They give me a sense of comfort." I laughed at her statement.
"Having fun?"
Dad asked. I hugged him as he ruffled my hair and saw Mom embracing Sarah. "The signing has not started yet. Why don't we explore the place?" I suggested. "I agree. I think there is a church nearby. We should go there," Sarah chimed in. Mom and Dad agreed, and we walked to the church. Mom and Sarah went a different way, while Dad and I walked together and talked about my studies.
"That is amazing grades, honey. I am so proud of you,"
he said as he patted my shoulders. "I don't know. I feel like I could have done better."
"Never doubt yourself, Emma. Every achievement of both of my kids matter, whether it is small or big. You have your mom and dad who will always support you."
When he said that, I realized it was the perfect time to bring our plan closer to success. "But you stay so far from us. Just a phone call or a video call cannot give us the satisfaction and support we need, Dad," I say as I look at him with eyes full of sadness.
"You know I can't help it, dear. My job requires me to be in another city."
I know I might be crossing my boundaries, but is there any way for the both of you to reconcile? We need our parents. I finally spoke my thoughts out. Dad was stunned and went quiet for a moment. He started walking ahead of me, as if trying to run away.
"You won't understand, Emma. You are still a kid. There is a reason why we are separated, and you girls need to respect that."
He stopped in his tracks and turned around.
"Wait, is that why you asked us to bring you both here? In hopes of our reconciliation?"
I looked down and nodded. It was worth a try. We saw how calmly you guys were talking at the entrance, so we thought we might have a chance to bring you together once again.
"Unbelievable! What are you, a matchmaker?"
he said, and walked back to the event. "I think I blew it. Dad is angry now." "Really? How did he react?" As I had expected, he snapped at me and went back to the event. Mom took it better than him. Of course she refused, but she was still gentle and lenient about the topic. I don't know why Dad got so angry with you. Let's just drop this idea. There's no hope for this. We should not lose faith, Em. We still have some time left.
This was not a situation that the girls should be meddling in. I did not mean to snap at Emma, but I was taken aback by her request. This must have been Sarah's idea. Showing her that movie was a mistake. I sat on a bench and tried to regain my composure.
Emma talked about getting us together, didn't she?
Melissa spoke as she sat beside me. They are still too young to understand, but I don't appreciate it when they force things like this upon us.
I think we should sit down and explain it to them. Once they understand in a simple way, they won't bring it up again. Getting angry or walking away from their questions is not the way to solve this.
I thought about her suggestion and agreed to it. I am sorry for my acting that way. Please forgive me.
It was wrong of me to interfere in your relationship, Dad. I should be apologizing.
Your mom and I have decided to talk this out with you guys. You need to understand why us getting back together is not a good idea for either of us.
What do you need me to do?
Come to the parking lot with your sister.
I was sitting before Jesus' statue in the church, hoping he would listen to my prayers. It was unfair that we had to live separately and that we could rarely meet our mom or dad. Trying to meet Mom was like applying for a visa approval. Too long of a procedure. Dad wants us to come to the parking lot. I will be there soon. Okay. When I reach them, Emma looks at me with concern. We should have stayed in our limits. He is upset with us. We walk to his car and see him waiting for us by the passenger side door.
Mom will be following us. Sit inside. We have somewhere to be,
he said as he got inside the driver's side. I saw that we were driving up a hill. The sun was setting, which made the scenery even more beautiful. We reached the top and parked on the side. Dad brought us near the edge, and we admired the breathtaking view before us. Okay, girls, time to talk, Mom said as she stood against the railing. This should not be discussed with you at this age, but since you guys brought it up, there's nothing we can do except give you the reason. We understand that the both of you want to have a happy family where your parents are together, but what we have now is the best choice for us, Dad continued.
Even if we do reunite, it would never last for long. We realized we are not compatible together, and we had different views, which added the fuel to the fire. We rushed into our marriage so quickly that we forgot about our own personal choices and dreams. We did not want our personal clashes to affect any of our children, so we decided to separate and take our custodies. Because of our jobs, we had to live in different cities, which made it harder for you guys to meet each other. This will be the last and final time we say this, so fit it in your heads.
Mom nods at Dad, asking him to continue.
We won't be getting back together. We separated for a reason that was extremely important for us to at least be better parents for you girls. We hope you guys understand this.
We are sorry for dragging you into this, Emma said. I thought by following the movie we could become a one big happy family, but I realized that there is much deeper meaning behind every choice. This is not as simple as shown in the movie. Fiction is fiction, I said with tears in my eyes. Emma wiped the tears that managed to fall and held my hands. Just because we have separated does not mean we will keep you girls away from each other. We have decided to get joint custody. With this, you will be living with each of your parents for 6 months, which means 6 months with me and the rest with Dad, Mom said. We appreciate that, I said.
I will be scheduling an appointment with a lawyer soon. Meanwhile, Sarah can stay with you guys,
Dad said as he walked to his car.
See you girls soon. Don't trouble your mother. I love you,
he said before driving off. Are you girls hungry? Should we stop at McDonald's tonight? Mom asked. Yes, please, we said in sync. A few days later.
I am on my way to your apartment. Our appointment is scheduled in an hour from now.
We are waiting by the curb.
After picking them up, we drove to the court. The custody appeal was approved, and we would be granted the joint custody within a few days. This decision was the absolute best for all of us, and I realized that we should have done this earlier itself. The twins would be together, whilst I and Melissa could enjoy our lives the way we wanted. Ever since we shared the custody, I never saw a dull moment in my daughters' lives. They were happy to equally spend their quality time with their parents. To make sure that Sarah's academics would not be affected, I requested my boss to allow me to shift in Melissa's city and continue my job from that branch. Fortunately, he agreed to it, and I started the shifting process. We chose to decide on a trip by playing the dart game, where we would take chances for every trip to throw the dart on a map and visit that chosen destination.
Guess who is joining us in school? Who? Sarah! That's wonderful. We will have so much fun. Literally, many things are coming to my mind right now that we could do together. I know, right? Our sleepovers are going to get even more interesting. Even though things did not end up like the movie, my sister and I were still united. We realized that our parents' happiness lied within us, and not with them together. We promised to do our best to make our parents proud of us.